All right. It has been a minute, as they say, since I did a video. So I'm out in the South Goshen yard again. It's early morning on Labor Day. And this will be the second outbound Indiana run that I've done. Since I bought the truck in February. So only two, and I did 4 local deliveries, 4 single poles in California. So haven't been doing a lot of RV transport. Let me get my light. Use that as a marker for when I'm backing up, so that I can see where the tongue of the trailer is. I put my flashlight there, or my spotlight. I've got these 3 Keystone Springdales going to California. And I drove out here from California. I left on Thursday, and it's now early Monday morning. So it took quite a while to get out here. The truck is speed governed to 65 miles an hour cruise and 63 pedal. So I'm limited to the distance at which I can travel in a day. So whereas with the Ford, sometimes, if I'm driving empty, I could do 70, 72, and I could make up for some lost time along the way on a different leg. But with this, 65 is it, and I'd like to have it removed. I like to have Freightliner remove it, but with the new mandate that's supposed to come out next year, that's going to speed govern all the trucks, which is going to cause more problems than anybody thinks. I mean, can you imagine having every commercial vehicle over 26,000 pounds in the nation speed governed to, let's say, 65? That is going to cause so many traffic backups. I mean, just coming up here on 44 through Missouri, you can see that when you're going up over the hills. It's just ridiculous. I mean, all the trucks, all the big truck companies, they already speed govern their trucks, some to 63, some to 65, some 68. And passing is a nightmare. Because if a truck is governed to 63 and I'm trying to pass him, and I'm passing him at 65, I have to have it on cruise in order to pass a truck at 63, because I'm 63 on the pedal. So I got to pass him at 65 on cruise going up a hill. It takes forever. And I could see where a lot of people might think that truck drivers are just camping out in the left-hand lane, but that's just not the case. And gets a lot of people upset, and I see a lot of aggressive driving as it is. but it's bound to get worse. If you're going to govern every vehicle, whew. Somebody who's coming up with that does not understand traffic pattern analysis. They do not know what it's going to do, how it's going to create so many bunch-ups of vehicles. Oh, what do I know? So it's just getting light here. I don't know what time it is. It's got to be around 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. So I have been busy all year long. Ever since I bought the truck, I've been busy with endless personal things, which has kept me out of the driver's seat for the most part. But I've been able to work on the truck here and there and working on getting it to a point where I'm happy with it. And I want to be able to do, the multi-haul with the trailer, and I also want to be able to do single poles because that's kind of fun. Nothing looks funnier than a big semi truck towing a little 19-foot travel trailer. That's pretty comical. Get a lot of funny looks. So I've been busy doing stuff on the truck, getting it, all year long. I've been working on doing everything. I put a hitch on it, and then I put fenders, and I have my battery box right there. I got auxiliary power. Got 3 interstate batteries wired together, and that gives me auxiliary power. I put up a quad cam system. Oh, you can see the night vision pretty well. There's a camera on both sides right there, and then I have one up there. It looks down all the way to the back of the trailer. They're colored during the day, and then they're night vision, of course, at night. And then I have another one right here. I had to fashion my own little bracket because this is just a little flimsy piece of plastic, so I had to fashion my own bracket in order to get this to mount correctly. So, and then of course I've got my one dash cam up there next to the factory collision avoidance system, which I don't know about that. And then I've got my adaptive cruise down there. That's pretty nice, adaptive cruise, but it does seem to hang you back 350 feet from anything that you're approaching. So it will match the speed of anything that's 350 feet in front of you, which when you're trying to pass can, can really be a pain. So I got the other one right there. They work really well. I really like them. And I mainly added those for just security purposes. If somebody, there's a lot of aggressive drivers. I mean, it's a ridiculous amount of aggressive drivers, and trying to cut in front of you and slam on their brakes. A lot of times I think it's people trying to cause a rear end collision, so they can get some sort of payout or something. And if people don't know that the majority, if not it, most every truck I've seen has a dash cam on it. So if people are still stupid enough to try and brake check a truck, they're really in for a surprise. But I'm going to wait until it gets light so I can do my inspection on the trailers. And then I think my son and I are going to go have breakfast somewhere. And then he has to go to work in the afternoon. And he's no longer doing RV transport. He stopped, I guess early this year, right around the time I got my truck. So I like this truck. It suits me well. It's a plenty big enough sleeper for my needs. I mean, I know they have large sleeper trucks, but I'm satisfied with how it is. Oh, and I put these brackets on here. I'm going to put this has an internal CB antenna somewhere. It's already pre-wired. It has an internal antenna. So I'm going to put my WeBoost up here, and then I'm going to put my ham radio antenna up there so I can listen to my ham radio. So had a lot of bugs on the way out. I did before I came out here, I did a complete fluid change. Changed power steering, engine oil, transmission, and then both differentials. 9 gallons in the engine, 4 gallons in the transmission, and then 4.5. No, 4 in each differential. And then I took oil samples of everything except for the power steering. Took oil samples and I sent them all off to Blackstone Labs, so I should get those results in probably a few weeks. But I thought the truck shifted well when I first got it, but once I changed the transmission fluid, wow, there was a huge difference in how it shifted. It just was super, super smooth. I mean, I thought it was smooth before, but I don't know. Maybe they never changed the fluid. But the fluid coming out was kind of an orange color. And then I put in the factory fluid, the Detroit ATF fluid that they have, and that was clear. It was perfectly clear. So I'll find out what the results are. So I replaced the cab shocks, both cab shocks, and then I replaced all of the the regular shocks with, you can't really see them, but I replaced those, all of them, the fronts and the 4 rears, with Monroe shocks. So it rides a lot better, because when I took the old shocks off, all they did was collapse. There was no rebound at all. So the pressure was gone, and several of them were leaking. And so I have to check, but they were very reasonably priced. I bought them from Freightliner, and I want to say they were around $30 a piece. So it was good. I really wish this had a second tank, because that tank, it's supposed to be 140 gallons, but it sure isn't. I as much as I can figure, it's about, at best, 120 gallons. It says 140 on it, though. I don't know why that it doesn't hold 140 gallons, because I've gone straight from it being near empty, where the gauge was on the E, and fill it all the way up, and it only took 120 gallons. So I don't know. But I really wish there was a second tank, because with 120 gallons, I'm still stopping about the same amount of times as I did with the Ford, because the Ford had a 34-gallon main tank and then 2 twin 40 gallons, but I could never fill those 40 gallons up. I could usually only ever put maximum of 25 to 30 in each one, because it would weigh too much, and I would overweight. I would be overweight on my front axle, and then overweight on the truck, the GVWR, the truck as a whole, which was not good. And I had the rear differential changed on the Ford, the rear differential oil changed, and they had told me, they said that it was really badly burned, and I kind of knew it was from some of the loads I had done. It was pretty heavy. I was maxing out with the fuel, and maxing out with the weight, and I never could get the truck and trailer to balance out right, to where I wasn't overloading the truck. And so I knew the 350 wasn't gonna work for multi-haul. It'll tow it. It will tow it, no problem. But weight wise, no, I was just gonna run it into the ground. So with the Freightliner, I don't have to worry about any of that stuff anymore. It's though my weight problem is fine, and I have my fifth wheel slid all the way to the back, so it slides about 1 foot. So when you bring it up, it'll come up to right in here. So I slid it all the way back so that I can put my extension out as far as I want, right? And I don't have to worry about a turning radius or anything. So stand by. That was a long train. All right, so where was I? I forget now. It was such a long train. Truck drives great, pulls this trailer like it's nothing. I keep having to look to make sure it's still back there. I really like this trailer. It was a good buy. Probably all the issues with it when I first picked it up, all that aside, it's still a good trailer. And you know, I see a lot of the trucks with the duals in the back, and if you're hauling RVs, I don't know why you would need it. Yeah, I saw a couple trucks in the Wakarusa yard that had duals, and it just seems like a little bit more maintenance. I don't know, more tires. I made sure I remembered to bring my tow dolly, because the last time, let's see, I did another trip in June, over the holiday in June. I came out here and I grabbed a load. They didn't have anything going to California. They had one going out to Albuquerque, so it was as best as they could get me. And it was a good first run for the truck, so I could kind of get a feel for it out on the road and see what I needed to, you know, do with it, which was number one was replacing the shocks. That was a given. So so over time, I'm gonna get this the way I want it. So it'll take a little bit, but it's gonna come together. So I mean, I could drive it just fine as it is. It wouldn't wouldn't do anything. But I like tinkering with stuff. I like doing add-ons. I have an alarm system to add on to it. I have an alarm system that'll do remote door lock unlock, so I'll be putting that in, because that'll be nice. And in this blank space, I have a side toolbox that I'm making into a box for my new Harbor Freight generator that I have, and I'm going to make that into an auxiliary power, so that I can have generator power as well as I have battery power, generator power. So the generator will kind of be the backup power, because these batteries get recharged when the truck is running, because I have a DC to DC charge controller in the truck, wired up to recharge those batteries. So okay, I took the hitch, the receiver. Well, not the receiver. I took the weight distribution hitch off for this run. I normally leave that on, just leave the hitch, and with the mud flap on. But for this run, I just went ahead and took it off. So I didn't figure it would be needed on there. So I don't know what else there is, really. like I said, I know I'm not doing videos just to do it for the sake of doing videos, but I still have yet to do the truck walkthrough that I wanted to do. I think I'll do that after I get my APU or the generator box on. And then I'll do a walk around. But I still got a lot of stuff to put on it. I got my Weeboost to put in. I got my ham radio to put in. I got the alarm system with the lock unlock. I got the CB radio to put in. Generator. Some other stuff. I have a 3,000 watt inverter in there. It's a Renogy inverter. So, and I have a solar panel that I'm going to put on the trailer so it keeps the battery charged on the trailer. So, yep. All right. I'm going to lay down and get a couple hours before my son shows up. He's supposed to come here and pick me up. And then I'm going to get to load and get out of here. All right.